that's it. Check the dimensions of the treble. It's too big, it's non-standard, it's literally laughable.
Welcome to the Wolverhampton Civic Hall and the Singha Beer Grand Slam of Darts. Coming up on the Wire with me, Dan Dawson. It is finally here. We also find out who is Dart's biggest brain. And we'll be looking back at the action from day 3 of the Singha Beer Grand Slam of Darts. As always, I'm joined by Rod Harrington for this one. And Rod, we're going to start with perhaps your pick of the matches. Keegan Brown, the World Youth Champion, taking out 120 here to beat Robbie John Rodriguez 5-3. Impressive stuff. He is through to the knockout rounds. He's going to be taking on Raymond van Barneveld. And Keegan, well, he's won a couple of games. He's beaten Adrian Lewis, and we caught up with him after the match. Dave Allen spoke to him for us.
It'll be a fantastic moment for you on Wednesday to play Raymond van Barneveld, but the way you're playing, there's no fear there.
No, definitely. In all fairness, all the youth players, most of them do play in the Pro Tours. Obviously, we personally are not scared of the Van Barnevelds, the Van Gerwens, the Phil Taylors, but obviously we might lose them, but there's no scare factor.
Just a final word before we go back to the studio to speak to Rod Harrington. Of course, it was Rod who helped bring in the Youth Tour system, and I know you're very grateful, because if it wasn't for that opportunity, you might not be here now.
No, definitely. All I can say is we love you, Rod.
Back to you, Rod.
We love you, Rod. You never get any credit, Rod. There you go.
I know, it's incredible, isn't it? I mean, I didn't pay him too much for that either. I give him a couple of quid for his, sarsaparilla, but apart from that...
Look, how far can he go?
All the way. I mean, I say all the way. He can beat Barney, there's no question. His ability will beat Barney. Winning the tournament, I think it's a little bit too early in his career at the moment. But certainly him, Relby, Michael Smith, they're going to be around for a long time. And he said he ain't scared of anybody. They're not. If you come to them youth tours and see the way they strut about, they're not scared of anybody. And they're going to take more and more scalps.
Well, Michael van Gerwen, he absolutely rattled through his game against Jan Dekker. What about Robbie Green, though? What a game we had. You can see a 170 checkout in the deciding leg against Vincent van der Voort. Some way to finish the game. He didn't even need to go out on the bullseye either, Rod.
No, he didn't. He could have left a double and just come back with 3 clear darts. But the ironic thing is, in an earlier leg, he had darts to close the game out and missed them. But, you find a lot of players on the combination... They can take it out, get 3 darts in the hand, they miss because they panic with the 3 darts. But what a way to go out, what a way to finish a game. I mean, Robbie Green played in the PDC for a little while, left us and went back to the BDO, and now he's come back and he's actually a better player now than he was when he was in the PDC system.
Well, look, he's through to the knockout rounds. It's going to be Dave Chisnell on the way for him. The permutations were changing all the way through the evening. You've got to be some kind of genius to keep on top of them. Somebody like... Well, maybe Kirk Bevins. Now that is a clever man. A Countdown Octo champ, PDC referee, of course. Trainee actuary. He's training to be a pub quiz champion as well. He's just absorbing knowledge. But is he clever enough to outwit our walk-on girl, Daniella Allfree? Good evening, and what is your name, please?
Daniella Allfree.
Occupation?
Walk-on girl.
Specialist subject?
Everything. Throw it at me.
Thank you. Your time starts now. In football, the transfer of the ball between 2 players on the same team is known as a what?
Pass.
Correct. Campaign group People Against Sunday Shopping is known by what acronym?
Pass.
Correct. The stretch of the A57 in the Peak District between Manchester and Sheffield is commonly known as Snake what?
Pass.
Correct. Gunshots. And at the end of your allotted time, you have scored a total of 3 points with no passes. Congratulations. Now, our second contestant. Good evening, and your name, please.
Kirk Bevins.
Occupation?
Darts referee.
Specialist subject?
Numbers from 0 to 180.
Thank you. And your time starts now. To the nearest dozen, how many baked pastry goods has Andy the Pieman Smith consumed in the last calendar year?
1,200.
Incorrect. 12,000. Next, what number am I thinking of?
17.
Incorrect. The answer was pi. Next. Gunshots! I've started, so I'll finish. What is 75 times 63 times 112 times 7.389?
A lot.
That's incorrect. The answer was 3,910,258.8. So at the end of your allotted time, you scored 0 points.
Thank you.
And that brings us to the end of tonight's competition. Daniella has triumphed by 3 points to 0 and is our new Mastermind champion. Turns out he's not that clever after all. Anyway, we are back in the betting corner with Neil Andrews from 666bet. We have got a whole load more games to come on Tuesday night, but Neil, you've picked out these ones for us to have a look at.
Yeah, I think these are the most interesting of tomorrow's games. The ones I think we really got to look out for is Group G, where obviously you've got King versus Caven and Wade versus O'Shea. Wade and O'Shea, you know, they're shooting out against each other, and after James Wade blew it the other night, you know, you've got to kind of fancy O'Shea, who is playing well. King versus Caven, I think that's a bit of a dead rubber really, because of Caven's previous results. It is a dead rubber. However, Caven could win that. You know, he's playing really well. The trouble is he's not getting his doubles and he's not really checking out. So that's really what's cost him. You know, he could have been there instead of O'Shea. He's not. So that's really it. I mean, the other one I look for is like Wright Whitlock. Very, very close, that one. My money would be on Peter Wright. We'll take it from there.
Yeah, toss of a coin with those two. It's a fascinating looking match, that one. We've completely got rid of Dawson's double, basically because I was absolutely nowhere near for the first couple of days of the tournament. It's alliterative, I know. It just didn't work. It wasn't winning us any money. What we're not winning, though, we are never going to win it, is Gravity Darts.
When I'm cleaning windows,
it's here. This is Gravity Darts.
That's plain to tell.
It's Werner Gravity Darts. Standing on top of the new Werner podium ladder, one shot left. Can you handle the pressure?
I've seen him drinking bath as well.
Health and safety, Russ. Health and safety. Right, talk us through your technique here.
Well, I'll tell you what, basically, just going to lean forward, look at the point, hopefully look at the dartboard, and then see how we go from there.
You hit 100 on this earlier.
I did. You know, I'm under pressure now. I've got cameras and all sorts, haven't I?
Talk us through. You're actually using your own darts here. You reckon you've had 3 practice darts, you've got this sorted?
I've got it sorted.
Well, after what feels like several days, we've managed to get Sammy Marsh up the ladder safely to have a go at Gravity Darts. Sammy, feeling confident?
Feeling very confident, ready to do it.
Go for it.
Ooh. Oh. Well, I hit the board.
Now, you can probably tell by the brogues, we have got a stylish man on the ladder. And just that, there it is. You don't get any more stylish than that. It's Rod Harrington, a 2-time World Match Play champion. Rod, talk us through your technique here.
Well, the technique is to make sure I don't fall off first, because I'm pretty good at falling off ladders. Bit clumsy. My technique is, I haven't got a clue. Just stand there and chuck them, I suppose. Can you chuck them or you got to drop them?
You've got to drop them, Rod. You've got to drop them. So finish your biscuit or whatever it is you've got going on and show us how it's done.
They're Maltesers.
Right. To 20. Oh, it's another one, but it wasn't far off. You happy with that?
Can't you say that's a treble 20?
Yeah, we'll edit that up. Treble 20 all the way. Ooh. So your arm was long enough.
Yeah, I reckon I've had another 800 or 900 attempts at that. I still wouldn't do it.
Gravity Darts, the game that is quite literally sweeping the nation. Let's have a look at Tuesday's action, Rod. I mean, we saw some of it in the betting thing we did with Neil. for me, Wright v Whitlock, that's the game that really excites me. But there's some straight shootouts there. I mean, it's tantalising stuff we've got.
Yeah, it is. I mean, I make you right. Wright Whitlock, it is a crucial game and going to be the best game of the night, I think. Peter Wright, you know, he loses games over the last year possibly when he's been in really good position. Simon Whitlock, 2-0 down, he goes on and wins 5-2. When he was 2-0 up, he loses 5-2. So his consistency's not there. I mean, it's going to come down to a few missed doubles and a guy who takes out a 104 or 105 that's going to win that match. There's loads of others. I mean, there's some crucial games. Everybody wants to get through this last 16 because then it goes up to best of 19. And with especially the seasoned professionals, this best of 9 absolutely kills them. They get over the group systems, then they can settle into their professional game.
Yeah, certainly is, Rob. Thank you very much. It promises much, certainly, for Tuesday night's action here at the Singha Beer Grand Slam of Darts. And you know who's back, don't you?
Listen up.
Oh, yeah. All right, Phil. Just leave it. He will be back. So will we on The Wire.
Right, that's it. Check the dimensions of the treble. It's too big, it's non-standard, it's literally laughable.